Bye, sweetie.
I'll watch the kids, no problem.
Was this something that you were like campaigning for though?
Yeah, every time I saw him, I'd ask. Yeah.
Brad?
Every time I see Brad, so are we ever gonna make this movie? Yes, we are. I'm thinking right now. And then I saw him somewhere and he said, it's gonna happen. I got it.
So Sam was telling me that he has been bothering Brad for years, wanting a sequel. Would you guys
that's true.
Yeah.
I think that Sam has.
But did you guys like check in with him and say like when is this happening or
I never
like
did.
that?
I never did.
No?
But the reason why I didn't have to was because Sam and I have the same agent. So I was getting the info from my agent that Sam had been bothering Brad, and that what Brad had told Sam.
Yeah, it was a real surprise, I'll tell you that.
You didn't think they were gonna do it?
No, not at all. I'd given up. I had no hope. I was, auditioning for other things.
I think this whole idea must have been simmering with Brad, but really, after 14 years, it's like, there's no way.
Well, it was great. I mean, we tried to get everybody that we had on the first film, and we got a lot of them and more. Everyone that was still at the company, a few people had left, but mostly we had a lot of the same crew, and then we had all this great new talent.
I'd first seen him at the premiere of Tomorrowland, and he had indicated then, he says, you know what, I'm thinking about doing this thing, and looks like we may. And I thought, gosh, what are you going to do? How are you going to, because when we did the first one, there wasn't the superhero glut. There was like one or two that were out. And then the film had done so well, and how are you going to come back off of that one?
The core idea of the role switch I had when we were promoting the first movie. I also knew that the family didn't know about Jack's powers, so I had that. But the villain story that I pitched that got the ball rolling is not the story that we ended up with. I mean, the original pitch involved AI and a whole different thing.
Buildings.
And there's a bunch of stuff. But like the first movie, where I came up to Pixar with a different villain, and then we discovered a better villain on the way, the villain kind of came last in this iteration.
The huge task of trying to create a movie that's as good as The Incredibles is probably part of what kept them from doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And you need the exact right concept and energy to make a film not only as good as the first one, but just a little bit better, so you justify making the sequel.
Yeah.
And I think they found a way to make
Yeah.
that happen.